This week's lesson, antivirals. This whole month, we're going to talk about the immune system because holy bejesus, there's a lot going around right now. And let's get empowered and be ready to kind of herbally tend to something when it tries to sneak into our home. So first up, antivirals. Reason being is a huge portion of what you catch out there, like when stuff's going around, is viral, and herbs actually can offer benefit in this situation. But it's important that you understand what a virus is to understand how the herbs are actually helping. So a virus particle, let's say someone sneezes near you, virus particle gets into your nose and it then attaches to a host cell. So a cell in your body meant to do its own thing. It's like going along the street. Bam, here comes the virus, attacks your host cell, and now it kind of takes over the cell. So this virus particle that's now attached to your cell releases its genetic instructions into the host cell for this host cell to now make new virus particles. Not even joking. The new particles then assemble into new virus cells, and once there's enough, these new virus cells burst open this host cell to go out and do it to other cells in your body. So that shows how one single virus cell can reproduce thousands in the body in a short amount of time. So what herbal antivirals do is they can come in and help slow down viral replication. And what's so cool about plants is it is almost not even understood how they're doing this. It's mysterious and science is trying to understand, but the fact of the matter is study after study, they're doing it. And while these antivirals are slowing the viral replication, your own other parts of your immune system are going in and attacking the virus cell, eating them up and disposing of them so that they're not able to go and attack other host cells. Now, how do you know if you have a viral or a bacterial infection? They can present fairly similarly. Let's say like a runny nose, a headache, slightly sore throat. That can very well be an upper respiratory tract infection, viral infection, or it could have been a sinus infection. Typically though, when stuff's going around, it's viral. Like if your kid caught something from daycare, it's probably viral. If it's just this bug that's going about, it's viral. And so that's when antivirals come in. When and how do you take them? I start taking antivirals the moment we suspect that we've been exposed to a virus, like if something is going around the pre-K or something's going around work, or someone in your home has something, you start taking antivirals because you are being exposed to these viruses, but there is a such thing as called a viral load. And so how many of these viruses are in your body? So if it's a small viral load, you have an antiviral that goes in there and it slows down the viral replication while your own immune system is attacking it. You may not even see symptoms because the virus wasn't able to reproduce enough to actually have you exhibit symptoms. So I start taking them immediately. I continue that for about 1 or 2 days. And if I don't become symptomatic, then I usually kind of stop the antivirals and kind of see. But I definitely do it for 1 or 2 days to give my body that extra assistance to battle the viral infection. And now if I do start showing symptoms, here comes the runny nose, or here comes the sore throat or the cough, I take antivirals the entire duration of the virus. What that is typically going to be is about 5 to 10 days to battle a virus. After that, you may still have symptoms, but they may not be moving. You know, when you have a virus, it's like a headache, then a sore throat, and then a nose, and then a cough, and then a nose, and then a cough, and it's just moving all around the body. And then, you know, when something kind of just settles in, after the week, it's all kind of over, but this chest, I still have this cough. That's at that point it's just kind of attacked that system, and it can become bacterial or just inflammation and so forth. And that's where antibacterials come in to battle what's called a secondary infection. And we're going to learn more about that next week. So who are my go-tos for the antiviral support? Okay, number one, andrographis. Y'all, this one, I mean, it's everything in one. It tastes like the bottom of the devil's foot, but it is so effective. So it's immune stimulant, it's antibacterial, it is antiviral, it's antiparasitic. It takes care of so much, but it is very bitter. This one you can take with food, just not on an empty stomach. I typically don't make a tea of andrographis because, again, the whole bottom of the devil's foot thing, it makes a nice tincture. This one you'd ideally take 3 to 4 times a day. Next one is honeysuckle. Yeah, that invasive, the Japanese honeysuckle vine that's super invasive. Gather all that you want of the flowers and unopened buds because this one is an antibacterial and an antiviral as well. This one was brought here as ornamental and beautiful. That's how it was introduced into the country. But in China and Japan and so forth, it is a highly valued medicinal plant for these properties, the antibacterial and antiviral action. In a study using a technique called systems pharmacology, worked by activating host defense systems as well as directly inhibiting viral proliferation by targeting viral proteins. A lot of mumbo jumbo for saying honeysuckle went in there and went to battle, y'all. It's amazing. Honeysuckle is also an antibacterial called on for centuries for urinary tract infections, sinus infections, ear infections, eye infections. So it's got that antibacterial property too that comes in. We were talking about, remember, after viral infections can come in secondary bacterial infections. This is another all-in-one that can tend to that. And lastly, I want to mention thyme because this is in most of our kitchen cabinets, and it is an antiviral, antibacterial, and expectorant. So we're talking respiratory viruses. Thyme right there. It makes an amazing tea, an amazing tincture. Not only is it tending to the viral load or any bacteria trying to form in the respiratory tract, but it also is an expectorant. So it's helping to pull up any excess sputum and so forth that needs to come out. And this is just a huge library of antiviral herbs out there. And a step forward for this one, build your herbal apothecary so that you are prepared when something tries to sneak into your house. So whether you get one of these herbs dried to make teas or you have a tincture of it, get it dried and make your own tincture. Also, if you are wanting us to help build your home apothecary, we thank you so much. And our teas for that would be high in antiviral properties would be Get Well, Power Through, and Fire Cider. And so this is something you just want to have around because when you need it, it's like, I need this today. And so go ahead and get them and start practicing with antivirals. If you suspect something getting in your home, fight it back.